guys, and welcome back to Westlaw Plays FTB Infinity Expert Mode. We have a lot that we've got to get done today. We're working on some magic and some automation for Botania and all that sort of thing. Without further ado, I'm going to get started. There is a lot we need to do. I'll explain as I go on, but we've got to cram this episode. Right, so the first thing that I'm going to want to automate... Oh, apologise for that popping up there. The first thing I'm going to want to automate is my endo flames. Now, you may remember these from the first episode. Basically, they will take any kind of burnable material, like charcoal, which is what we're going to be using, and turn it into mana. So first things first, we are going to want a open blocks dropper. Now, this is going to be the thing that's going to drop our charcoal onto our endo flames. The reason we're using an open blocks item dropper rather than a vanilla Minecraft dropper, or the, I believe it's called the open crate from Botania, is because I can strictly control how many items I'm dropping in this. I always find problems trying to control this using anything else, like those blocks already mentioned. So this is why we're going to be using this. One of the next things we're going to need to get ourselves is a mana detector. So let's just bring up the recipe for that. Here we are. 4 redstone, 4 living rock, and a redstone comparator from vanilla Minecraft. So 3 stone, 3 redstone torches, and some nether quartz. So let's grab the living... Oh, 4. There we are. 4 living rock. And let's get to crafting this. So we'll make the comparator first, I think. So we need 3 redstone torches. Now, you'll notice that a lot of this stuff is already in my inventory. As I said, we've got a lot that I want to get done. So I've done a lot of pre-preparation in this episode. So, there is our redstone comparator. We then need 4 living rock, and let's just double check, and 4 redstone. Cool. And what this will do is actually detect mana bursts coming through it, which will allow us to run a redstone signal whenever a mana burst goes through. This will be very useful for our next item, which is our timer from Project Red integration. Now, this is quite complicated to make in terms of the fact it takes a lot of different blocks. The main one is this circuit plate, which is simply stone smelted, which gives us 2 circuit plates each. So if you have a look, we're going to need 3 of these conductive plates, which is simply circuit plate and redstone. Well, that's simple enough. Let's grab 3 of those. The next thing we are going to need are 2 of these anodes. Okay, so we need 3 more of these. And then redstone in a upside down T pattern. Good. Now we've got those. We're going to need 2 normal plates. And then we are going to need both a pointer, which is a circuit plate, a redstone torch, and some stone. So I know we're going to need 2 redstone torches moving forward. So let's make those and grab a piece of stone. 1 circuit plate. 1 piece of stone. 1 torch will give us our pointer. And then lastly, to craft this, we are going to need a cathode, which is just simply a circuit plate and a redstone torch. Now, we should be able to shift click this in. I'm really hoping we can. Boosh! There we are. Left us with 1 anode left. So we've got a timer, we've got a mana detector, we've got a item dropper. Okay, I don't believe we're going to need much else. However, I would probably... I've got to stop doing that. I do apologise again if that's popped up on your screen. I've hidden my toolbar. I do believe that it would be better if we could have another mana spreader specifically for this build. Just to make sure that our mana is not getting choked up and make sure we can build it in a space far enough away. That will become apparent what I mean by that very shortly. I need 6 of those. Good. And I need a white petal as well. Good. Okay, so we are very close to being able to build this now. I know this is a lot of crafting right at the get-go, but this is all very, very necessary. For now, I'm just going to go grab some cobblestone. Let's grab a chisel for good measure, just so we can make some nice blocks. Let's see, what do I want to craft this out of? I think huge cobblestone tiles probably won't look too bad. Okay, it's rapidly approaching night. So just before we go into sleep, you may have noticed there, I have a new food source, PB&J sandwiches. These are freaking awesome. If I can bring the recipe, there we are. All you need for this is bread. You need peanut butter to turn into kind of this peanut butter. So you need peanuts, sorry for that. And then some grapes as well, which I've actually got now automated over in, well, I say automated, I mean growing over in my AgriCraft area. And you may notice as well, we've got some sprinklers there, which I will explain on a future episode. It's fairly simple to set up, to be fair. Okay, so let's sleep through the night. And let's get this bad boy set up. I might need some dirt actually as well, just to create a bigger area to craft from. There we are. And just while we're passing, here's the sprinkler system in all its glory. This makes crops grow that much faster. It's not a lot faster, to be fair. However, I will take anything I can get at the moment. So, for now, that should be enough. Just going to create a bit of a bigger area for us to work in here, because I know this has got a fairly large footprint. Okay, good, that's that area cleared out. And these guys have finished working for now. And my inventory is full as usual. So let's grab some things and throw them away in my white backpack for now. Don't need you, don't need you, don't need you, don't need you. And you guys can go away as well. That should be plenty of space for now. So, let's get rid of you guys while we build this. So, the basics of this is, let's put our mana spreader, let's say, just trying to think where the best place to put this is, there we are, and we'll turn it to face you, okay, and we'll put our mana detector here. Now this is the basis of how this works, this mana detector plus this mana spreader. So as I mentioned, every time a pulse of mana comes through this block here, and it will pass through without affecting it, this will ignite a redstone signal, which is what we're going to use to control when our endo flames have charcoal dropped on them. So let's get our dropper ready. Let's get some cobblestone. That's what I said I was going to build it out of. Our timer and some redstone. Okay. So, let's see, I am probably going to want to put my ender flames right here, I think, which means, do I want to put it one block up? No, I'll put it there. For now, I'm going to put my item dropper right there. I might decide to move this at a later point. And I just, for the moment, just going to run some stone around this. The reason why will become clear quite shortly. So, what I am going to do is, let's see, I'm going to run under here, I think. This would probably keep it a bit more compact. Okay, and we're going to need a block of dirt there. Good. Okay, so if we come up here now, redstone there, and we're just going to run this redstone right the way underneath. Okay, and we'll probably have it coming up on this block here. Onto here. Good. Although maybe not. Maybe we want it coming up a block across from there. What's the best way of doing this? Maybe like this. As you can see, this is a lot of impromptu planning here. I have done a similar thing to this before, however, not quite like this. Right, that should allow us now to come up on this middle block. Good. Right, so, is that going to be enough space? No. See, another derp here from me. Let me just kind of work this out. How do I want this? Maybe another block back? Yeah, I think that will work. Good. And you'll see why I'm doing this very shortly. I've got to have space for all the components that I need on here. And then also for some redstone lines coming out of it as well. That should be good enough. Okay. Let's have this here. We want our timer right there. Okay, and you can see it's working already. It's got quite a nice GUI. I'm just going to increase this to a ridiculous amount so it's not ticking while we're working. Then we're going to run redstone here. Redstone out this way. And redstone out this way. Okay. Now, me being me, I've forgotten a couple of things. So, be right back and I will just go and grab some repeaters and also a screwdriver which I need to rotate this bad boy. So, hold on to your seats, guys. I'll be back in just a second. Okay, guys, and welcome back. So, I've grabbed my screwdriver. Let's see. How funny. Just for once, I think it's actually placed in the right orientation out of the box, which is just incredible and completely unlikely and unheard of. So basically, we have a redstone signal coming in here from our matter detector, which will come in here. Now, every time that a redstone pulse hits this, it actually resets the timer, which is exactly what we want. So what happens is this timer ticks down, and in all likelihood, I will not right-click that, because that would be a silly thing to do. There we go. In all likelihood, I will set this maybe to, I don't know, 10 seconds or something like that. Maybe even 22, it depends. So basically, every 10 seconds, this will send out its own redstone pulse across here, and then up here. Now, what I will also do is just throw down a repeater here, repeater there, set that one to 2 ticks, set that one to 4. Now the reason I'm doing that is it means that I'll have one signal, then this signal 2 ticks later, and this signal 4 ticks later, meaning 3 different redstone signals at 3 different times, equaling 3 blocks dropped. Okay, so let's just kind of test that now. Let's have a look. How much charcoal have I got dropped there? Just 1. Okay. So what I might need to do, and I'll do this afterwards because it works. You can see the signal coming in there. Unless I've placed these in the wrong way. Maybe I need to have this facing the other way? Yeah, I think that's right, because then you've got the arrow there. Okay, that might have just been a massive derp. Let's try that again. Place that block there. You're about to tick anyway. Okay, well there should be 2 down there now if this has worked properly. And it would probably help if I actually put more than 1 in there, wouldn't it? Okay, let's take you down. There we are. Have you worked? Yes, I got 3 back. Wonderful. So now this works. Happy days. Let's increase that for a second. Let's see. Now, the last thing that I'm going to want to do is put my ender flames back in place. Here we are. Now, I should be able to place these like this, and they should well be in range to connect to our mana spreader, which they are. They should be in range also to pick up the charcoal from here. So let's throw some charcoal back in and test that. I'll reduce you by... You're getting very close now to ticking. Let's see if this works. There's 3 dropped. Ah, wonderful. Okay, and what we should now see is... There we are. You can see that redstone signal propagating through here, up here, into the back of the timer. Every time it hits it, it resets itself, meaning that it will not drop until this redstone pulse stops happening, meaning it will not drop until no more mana is being generated by the ender flames. This is absolutely wonderful. I'm really, really happy with this. You may notice as well, I've got some empty slots here around this water. Now, what actually was in there is some hydrangeas. Hydro Rangers, I believe. I can't pronounce that very well. Let's see. There we are. Now, these are passive generating flowers, so they do die. They will wither. However, they are really quite good at generating mana, so I made them anyway. And this speeds up our mana generation process. Here we are. Place 4 more. I made 4 more ahead of time, as I knew they were going to die. There we are. You should be... Oh wow, well that didn't last long at all. Good, you're still ticking. We're going to reset you now to every 10 or 11 seconds. That's absolutely fine. I'm really happy with that. There was only a minimum amount of cock-ups, which I'm quite impressed with. So I'm going to go grab... Well, let's sleep through the night first. Grab some more charcoal, of which I have much. Let's see, where have I hidden my charcoal? Here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just grab 4 stacks for now. That should be more than enough. And if you are wondering where I'm getting all this charcoal from, well, I've set up a kind of manual tree farm over here. Let's very quickly come over here. Basically, this is why you want a lumber axe. Wood for days. Wood for freaking days, mate. Okay, so let's just grab all of this stuff. And then basically all I'm doing is throwing it into my electric furnaces over in my manufacturing area. And it kind of, because there's already charcoal in the system, once it's done cooking up, it will then just place it handily into my drawers for me. Good. This thing's ready to go, so let's load you up with some charcoal. It's about to tick. Wonderful, 3 separate ticks of redstone there, meaning 3 different pieces of charcoal are dropped. Ender flames are lit up. This is sending a redstone signal, preventing this from propagate. Oh, that is absolutely beautiful. I'm very happy with that. Now, this won't last very long, I know it won't, because charcoal doesn't have a very long burn time, but this will increase the amount of mana I'm producing quite significantly. Okay, cool. So, why did I want to do that to get myself a blood altar? Well, the reason that I want the blood altar is my goal of all of this is to make myself a runic matrix from Farmcraft. For that, I'm going to need some blood runes, and for that, I'm going to need myself a blood altar. Okay. Now, the way that the blood altar actually works is that, at least initially, you have to sacrifice your own life force to gain the resource that it uses. And this resource is LP, or life points. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so I'm just doing some preparation as well. 1, 2, 3. Now, obviously, regen is quite important then. And to do that, we are going to use some incense sticks from Botania. Okay, now these look quite expensive to craft, living with twigs, blaze powder, and gas tears. But what they're actually going to allow us to do is put a regeneration effect on here that will last for like 20 minutes or something, which is ridiculous. So that's what we're going to be doing, because you can use flasks for this, but they don't last very long at all. And the only thing it costs more of is mana. And we've just set up a very nice mana generation system. This is where those cinder pearl seeds come into their own. You really do. Because now I can make blaze rods. Not in that, but in my compressor. I'm going to need that very shortly. Okay. Let's make ourselves an incense stick. As well, while I'm doing that, let's run it into our newly created magic room. So you may have noticed there's quite a few changes here. But we've got so much to do, I don't have time to talk about any of them. So you will just have to be tantalised by that view and hope that I explain them, at least vaguely, at some point in the near distant future. I can't remember where I put my gas tiers, but I know I can just request one easily there. I love the request table, it is so good. And let's put you there. Wonderful. Now, how are we going to get this regen on here? Well, what we need for this is a Badley Sprout brewery. I'm just going to put brew, that's easier. We need a botanical brewery, which will take us 6 living rock, 1 brewing stand, 1 rune of mana, and 1 block of mana steel. This is the most difficult part. And it's going to be using the runic altar, which you may have caught a glimpse of while we were crafting our automated ender flame system. For this, we're going to need 3 mana steel ingots, 1 mana diamond, 1 mana pearl, 1 mana quartz, and 1 balanced shard. Now, fortunately for you, because this can take a while, I've actually crafted one already. Huzzah! Look at me being all prepared and such. Don't worry, we will get to rune crafting at some point, especially as we're going to need it for our runic altar. Let's go and grab that blaze rod from over in our factory. I've got to say, I'm really loving the way this is starting to look and feel. I don't know about you, but I know it's like a pain walking between different places. But all of this will be kind of accessed by auto crafting soon. I say soon, probably a long time in the future. But I really quite like the way that this is feeling. So, to make this, we're going to need a standard brewing stand, which I need 3 stone slabs for. So let's grab... I think I'm going to need to craft 2 lots of these. Let's check. Oh no, just the one will do. Cool. Review. 1 blaze rod. Brilliant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because I'm going to need a block of mana steel. Good, I've got 9 of those. I'm going to need myself 6 living wood. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wonderful. Let's run over here. And we'll be able to have a sneaky peek to see if our new automated system is still working quite well for us as well. Well, my ender flames are lit. That's a good sign. Wonderful. Let's throw in our ingots. Done. I'll come back. I really should have a crafting table over there. That would make things a lot easier, wouldn't it? Come back over here. There we are. And let's craft ourselves a botanical brewery. So I need 3 living stone either side, a brewing stand, rune of mana, and that was quite silly. I also need my block of mana steel. There we are. Interestingly, you can also make armor out of this sort of thing as well. Good. Botanical brewery. Wonderful. Now we need to work out what we need to make this regen. So I'm going to infuse this with a regen 2, which is a really nice effect. To do that, I'm going to need 1 netherwort, another gas tier, 1 glowstone. So of course this is expensive in terms of gas tiers. I don't have a very good way of getting those yet, besides just kind of going into the nether and hoping that I manage to get some. Now I believe I've got some netherwort. No! I haven't got any netherwort. How do I not have netherwort? Can I make this yet? Mechanical infusion. A witch's cauldron. Oh god, that's expensive. Okay, hang on a second. Oh no, that's a long way off as well. Well, I thought I prepared really well. I thought I had myself some netherwort. I don't. So, I'm going to have to, unless of course this one doesn't, no, that one needs netherwort as well. I'm going to have to take a quick foray into the nether. Yay for me. So you're just going to have to hold on a little bit while I go and find myself some netherwort. So hold on to the seat of your pants. I will be back very, very shortly. Okay guys, welcome back. I managed to get myself a healthy amount of netherwort. And actually I didn't die for once in the nether. I'm quite impressed with that. I'm going to have to set up some sort of netherwort farm shortly, which I will do. But for now, I want to get this lot set up. So let's take a run over to our botanical area. Over here. Now the botanic brewery is actually fairly simple to set up. What we are going to do, I think, is take it here. And we're probably going to take this matter spreader into it because it's attached to our endo flames. There we are. And all we need to do is first of all right click with the incense stick. Take 1 netherwort, 1 gas tier, 1 glowstone dust. And there we go. It's on its way already. Now as you can probably tell by the progress bar in the middle there, this is going to take quite some time. So we've got some other crafting to do while this happens. So we'll leave that chugging along. Let's just check our charcoal levels for a second. Ah! That's going to be a problem, isn't it? Okay. Well, let's switch this around. Let's put you back here. Because I'm aiming the mana spreader this way, it's not going through my mana detector. And that's a problem. So we should, in theory, just be able to target here instead. No, because that's not hitting that block. Okay. Well, let's very quickly then move this bad boy. And I want to do it very quickly because night has approached and is here. That might not even be far enough. Let's see. Can you hit you? Maybe? And of course you've become unlinked, haven't you? Let's just link all these Hydra Rangers back up again. Why are you still targeting? You're too far away now. Okay, fine, whatever. You can just stay as you are. I just want to make sure this works. And good, right, that's all hooked up. Wonderful. That might be a little slower now, but it will get done all the same. Good, so what other crafting have we got to do in the interim? Well, again, let's sleep through the night. You probably guessed by now, I'm quite paranoid about nighttime. Especially when I built lots of nice things. I don't like creepers coming along and blowing them all up. So I figured, well, while we're waiting, let's craft ourselves our blood altar. Here we are. So, for this, I need an alchemical furnace from Foundcraft, 2 mana steel ingots, an attuned stone, a lot of cobblestone, and some living wood slabs. Let's look at the most difficult part, which is the attuned stone. For this, I'm going to need a bucket of lava, a mana diamond, and a whiff of magic. A whiff of magic. Well, I've got one of those. And for your information, how do you make them? Well, you take a witch's oven with a rowan sapling with a clay jar in it, and it will occasionally get you a whiff of magic. And you'll notice here I've got some of the witchcraft trees here. Good. So, that's our whiff of magic. Here is our bucket of lava. We need 2 mana steel ingots and a diamond. And we'll come back over here, which will allow us to check on our progress of our incense stick as well. Let's have a quick look. Wow, that thing is slow. Okay, let's throw you in, and throw you in. Good. Let's come back over here. That should be all we need from our botanic altar for now. I'm hoping. Otherwise, I'm going to have to walk all the way back over there. I may move that closer. I'm getting fed up with the walk. So, we have our massive ingots. We have our attuned stone. We need a living rock slab, which I believe we're going to need 3 of those for. And we'll come over to our request table for our double compressed cobblestone. First, we need some compressed cobblestone. Done. Grab maybe 2 lots of 10, which is 90. Okay, because we're going to need a lot of this. So that's 2 double compressed cobblestone. So let's grab 2 more lots. There we are. So we need 36 total, I believe, of this double compressed stuff. Good. And then let's put this in here. Let's see if I can math. Oh, would you look at that? How unusual. I got something correct first time. We should document this in some way. Okay, good. So, living wood slabs. Why am I putting that in there? I could just do it in here. I should make use of this. I put so much effort into making it. That's that. 2 of you. My mana steel ingots. And last but not least, I need myself an alchemical furnace. Good. I haven't made one of those, have I? Well, this should be fairly simple to make. I'm just going to go off camera for a second and craft all the components for that. So again, there's a lot of holding of pants and seats and such this episode. So you should be fairly good at it by now. Be right back. Welcome back, guys. I'm just putting everything together. The last finishing touches now to make myself my alchemical furnace. Throw you down. There we are. Got you. Wonderful. I now need to make myself some arcane stone, which requires 4 living stone, 4 actual stone, and throw you in here. Insufficient V. That's because I need my other wand, which actually has some V in it. There we are. Just get rid of you, crappy wand. Put you in there. Good. And put that there. Crucible there. And I believe I left my other furnace in here. Yes, I did. Need to bring it over here for the arcane work table. It won't work otherwise. Good. Wonderful. This should... Emphasis on should be everything. Right, so let's bring up the blood altar recipe again. Can I shift click this yet? No, especially as I haven't actually made the attuned stone yet. Good job, Ash. Okay, throw you there. There. Get my mana diamond from here. Come over here. We don't need to do this on any special crafting table. It'll work in just an average one. There we are. Attuned stone. We get our bucket back, thankfully. Those are expensive. It's here. Oh, that was a lot of effort. There we go. We have ourselves a nice little blood altar. Good. Right. So what I think we're going to do now is I'm just going to come right back because I absolutely know that this isn't going to be ready yet. I mean, we'll go over and check, but I know with almost any doubt that this thing is not going to be quite ready yet. Let's get one of the forests. Yeah, we're not even halfway done. We are not even halfway done. Okay. So, we're going to be right back on this one. This is going to take a fair long while. So, see you in a minute. Or 2, or half an hour or so. However long it takes. I'll be back then. Hello guys, welcome back. As you can see, this is very nearly done now. Actually, I had to hook up my endo flame system to this to get this to work in any decent amount of time, which required some redstone jiggery pokery, as you can probably see. But well worth it to speed this up. And ta-da! Oh, that made a wonderful sound as well. I'm very happy with that. Let's return you over here. Move our mana spreader back over. So it's been a bit of a whirlwind tour of crafting and automation and such things today. But I'm quite happy with that. I think we've achieved a lot of very productive things. Now I'm going to have to kind of cut it there. I realise I've been going on for quite a while already. And I've got quite a lot left to do. But we have managed to make ourselves our altar. We've made a botanical brewery. We've got some incense sticks, which are always good. I'm really happy with what we've achieved today. Next episode, we're going to come back. We're going to make ourselves a sacrificial dagger. Start making headway into blood magic. Make ourselves some plates. And hopefully, maybe, as a bit of a stretch goal if you like, we're going to make ourselves that runic matrix. That holy grail of magical crafting, and it requires us to craft this monstrosity, and I'm actually quite looking forward to it. So guys, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. I hope you found it enjoyable, informative, and all that sort of thing as well. If you have, please do not forget to like and subscribe, And of course, leave me some nice little comments below if you have any tips. If you have any tips on talking to start with, and then if you have any tips, tricks, or comments that I may find even useful as well. Alright, well, thank you guys. This is Westlaw.